If you keep facing the same problems over and over again, the same toxic relationships, the same financial struggles, the same repeating patterns, it's not bad luck. It's the quantum trying to get your attention. For decades, teachers like Dr. Joe Dispenza have explained how reality mirrors back our unconscious programs. And yet, most people still miss the signs, dismissing them as random coincidences. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why these repetitions appear, how to recognize when the quantum is calling you, and the practice that breaks the cycle so you can create a completely new future. If you've ever felt stuck in a repeating pattern, comment the word shift below. You'll see how many others are on the same journey. Have you ever noticed how certain events seem to loop in your life, almost like a movie scene replaying over and over? You move to a new city, hoping to leave the past behind, and yet you attract the same kind of boss, the same draining friendships, the same heartbreak. Or maybe you keep finding yourself stuck financially, no matter how many jobs you change. On the surface, it looks like chance, but deep down, you know it feels too precise to be random. The truth is, these repetitions are not coincidences. They are signals. They are the quantum trying to get your attention. Think of it this way, Dowsers. Reality is like a mirror. If you keep frowning at the reflection, the mirror won't smile back until you change your expression. In the same way, life will keep reflecting back the patterns stored within your subconscious mind until you shift them at the source. And here's the part most people miss. Your subconscious is running the show far more than your conscious mind. Neuroscience tells us that up to 95% of your daily thoughts, emotions, and reactions are automatic, programmed responses from the past. So if your inner world is carrying unresolved anger, fear, or unworthiness, the quantum field will keep presenting situations that match those vibrations. Not to punish you, but to reveal what you are unconsciously holding on to. Have you ever wondered why bad luck seems to follow some people wherever they go? They leave a toxic partner, only to end up with the same type of partner in a different body. They change careers, yet the same conflicts keep reappearing. That's not bad luck. That's feedback. The quantum is intelligent. It speaks to you in the only way it can, through repeating experiences, through patterns you can't ignore. The more you resist, the louder the pattern becomes. It's like the universe tapping you on the shoulder, whispering, "Pay attention. This is the lesson you came here to transform." Imagine a video game where you're stuck on the same level. No matter how many times you restart, you face the same obstacles. The only way forward is to learn the skill the level is trying to teach you. Life works the same way. Until you master the lesson, the level repeats. And here's the shift. What if these repetitions aren't evidence that you're cursed, but evidence that you're being invited into growth? This is why Dr. Joe Dispenza often says, your personality creates your personal reality. If your personality, your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors stays the same, then your personal reality has no choice but to repeat. But the moment you shift your internal state, you send a new signal into the quantum, and reality must reorganize to match it. So the next time you notice life repeating itself, ask yourself, what part of me is being mirrored back? What vibration am I unconsciously broadcasting? Because the moment you take ownership of the reflection, you regain the power to change it. By the end of this journey, you'll see that these cycles aren't punishments. They're portals. They are the quantum calling you into a higher version of yourself. Quick reflection for you. What's one pattern that keeps repeating in your life right now? Take a deep breath and name it in the comments below. That single word might be the first step to breaking it. If life is a mirror, then the quantum field is the ultimate reflection. It is not a passive backdrop, but an intelligent field of infinite possibilities, constantly interacting with your inner world. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you carry sends out a signal, and that signal does not vanish into thin air. It reverberates into the quantum, and the quantum responds. Dr. Joe Dispenza often explains it like this. Your brain and heart are broadcasting stations. Your thoughts are electrical. Your emotions are magnetic. Together they create a vibrational field around your body. That field is your order to the universe, a request for what kind of reality you're ready to experience. But here's the twist. Most people send mixed signals. Consciously they say, I want abundance, but unconsciously they're carrying fear of not having enough. They say, "I want love," but deep inside they feel unworthy of receiving it. And so the quantum reflects the vibration that's strongest, the unconscious one. Think of it as a cosmic echo. If you shout into a canyon, the echo that returns isn't random. It mirrors exactly what you sent out. If you shout, "I'm not enough," the canyon doesn't echo back, "You are loved." It gives you back your own words. The quantum works the same way. It's precise, neutral, and deeply responsive. This is why repeated situations show up. Not because the universe is cruel, but because it is consistent. It is faithful to the vibration you are broadcasting. If you are radiating self-doubt, you'll keep attracting experiences that confirm it. If you radiate gratitude, you'll start to magnetize more reasons to be grateful. But here's the beauty. The quantum field is a playground of infinite potential. At every moment, countless futures exist, and the one you experience is the one your energy aligns with. When you change your internal frequency, you literally tune into a different version of reality, like switching the channel on a radio. And this isn't just philosophy. Quantum physics describes reality as a field of probabilities. Particles exist in a wave of potential until they're observed. The act of attention collapses the wave into form. In the same way, your sustained focus, the thoughts and emotions you invest in again and again, collapse potential realities into your lived experience. So what does this mean for you? It means your life is not fixed. The repetition you see isn't a life sentence. It's a reflection of where your energy is currently tuned. Change the frequency, and the reflection must change. Let's make this practical. Imagine you're holding a tuning fork vibrating at 440 Hz. Strike it, and another tuning fork nearby will begin to vibrate at the same frequency. This is resonance. Now imagine your mind and emotions as the first tuning fork, and the quantum field as the second. Whatever vibration you sustain, the quantum will resonate with it and reflect it back as experiences, opportunities, or challenges. The question becomes, what are you broadcasting most of the time? Fear, doubt, survival, or gratitude, vision, and coherence? The quantum isn't judging. It's not deciding whether you deserve something. It's simply responding. Like a mirror, it can only give back what you offer. This is why awareness is the first step. When you begin to observe the patterns in your life without judgment, you start to recognize the signal you've been sending unconsciously. And the moment you notice, you gain choice. You realize, if I can send out a signal of fear without knowing it, I can also send out a signal of love, intention, and alignment, consciously. So pause for a second. Place your hand on your heart. Feel your energy in this moment. If the quantum is mirroring you right now, what reality are you tuning into? Because the moment you choose to broadcast something different, you open the door to a completely new future. There are moments in life when reality begins to whisper to you. You start noticing strange repetitions, a number that keeps showing up, the same phrase appearing in different places, or running into the same person at unexpected times. At first you may dismiss it, but then it happens again. And again, this is not random. This is the quantum calling you. Synchronicities, repeating numbers, uncanny coincidences, they are all ways the field communicates. Think of them as cosmic nudges, little signals saying, you're on the edge of a breakthrough. Pay attention. For centuries, mystics spoke about omens, signs, and messages from the universe. Today, science and spirituality converge to reveal what's really happening. When your inner state begins to shift, the outer world starts to reflect it through synchronicities. It's as if the fabric of reality is rearranging itself in response to your new vibration. Have you ever thought of someone and they suddenly call you, or been guided to a book, a teacher, or an opportunity at the exact moment you needed it? That's not coincidence. That's coherence. Your inner world aligning with the field, and the field mirroring back in perfect timing. But here's what most people overlook. The quantum doesn't just call when things are going well. It also calls through repetition of challenges. If you keep facing the same kind of heartbreak, betrayal, or loss, that too is the field speaking. It's showing you where your energy is stuck, where a new level of awareness is waiting. Think of it like a GPS system. When you take a wrong turn, the GPS doesn't punish you. It simply says recalculating. It keeps guiding you back to alignment with your destination. The quantum does the same. It recalculates your life experiences to direct you toward your highest potential. But if you ignore the signals, the detours get louder, and the signs are often personal. For one person, the quantum might speak through repeating numbers, 1111, 222, 555. For another, it could be recurring dreams or symbols, like a feather appearing at meaningful moments. For others, it's people or opportunities showing up in patterns too precise to ignore. Ask yourself, what has been repeating in your life lately? What little coincidences have you brushed aside as meaningless? Because those are the breadcrumbs. Follow them, and you'll see they form a path. The truth is, the quantum is always calling, but most people are too distracted, too consumed by survival mode to notice. They're scrolling through life, blind to the subtle whispers of reality itself. Yet the ones who slow down, who pay attention, begin to live in dialogue with the universe. And here's the secret. Once you recognize the call, you don't just see synchronicities, you start to create them. The more you align your energy with coherence, gratitude, and vision, the more the field responds with precise, magical feedback. It feels like reality is conspiring in your favor, arranging meetings, opportunities, and answers exactly when you need them. So next time a pattern or synchronicity shows up, instead of brushing it off, pause. Ask yourself, what is the quantum trying to tell me right now? That single question can open doors you never imagined. Here's a practice for you. For the next 24 hours, write down every synchronicity, repetition, or coincidence you notice, no matter how small. At the end of the day, read the list and ask, what's the common theme? What's the message behind the call? You may be surprised by the clarity that emerges, because when the quantum calls, it's not random. It's your future self reaching back, inviting you into a new timeline. The only question is, are you listening? What happens when you ignore the signs? When you keep brushing aside the synchronicities, the repeated experiences, the whispers of the quantum? The answer is simple. The patterns grow louder. It's like hitting the snooze button on an alarm. You silence it once, and a few minutes later it rings again, but louder, more insistent, harder to ignore. Life works in the same way. If you overlook the first gentle nudge, the lesson returns in a stronger form. And if you continue to resist, the universe may deliver it in ways that feel impossible to avoid. Here's the first trap: believing it's just bad luck or destiny. Many people fall into the mindset of, this always happens to me. It's just my life. They interpret repetition as evidence that they're cursed, doomed, or powerless. But this belief is a prison. It keeps them stuck in victimhood, blind to the creative power they hold. The second trap is even subtler, reacting the same way every time. When the same challenge shows up, betrayal, rejection, financial struggle, most people automatically respond with the same emotions: anger, fear, resentment, or despair. And that emotional reaction reinforces the very vibration that created the pattern in the first place. It's like adding fuel to the fire you're trying to escape. Let's imagine a person who keeps attracting toxic relationships. Each time they say, "Why do I always end up with people who hurt me?" They feel like a victim, blame the other person, and close their heart even more. What happens next? Their closed heart vibrates with fear and unworthiness, and the quantum reflects it back with yet another partner who mirrors that exact wound. The cycle repeats, not because the person is broken, but because they haven't shifted the inner state that created it. Or take the example of money struggles. Someone might change jobs, start a business, or win a little extra cash, but somehow the financial stress always returns. They react with panic, shame, or self-criticism, which sends out a signal of lack. And the quantum, ever faithful to the broadcast, reflects scarcity right back into their lives. This is why Dr. Joe Dispenza often says, if you keep thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, and acting the same way, your life cannot change. You can change your circumstances 100 times, but if your inner state stays the same, the mirror of reality has no choice but to repeat. The trap of ignoring patterns is not just about staying stuck, it's about missing the invitation. Each repeated experience is a coded message. It's not punishment, it's curriculum. It's life saying, here's the lesson you came to master. Until you see it, I'll keep placing it before you. And yet here lies the opportunity. The moment you recognize the trap, you can step out of it. You don't have to keep replaying the same story. You don't have to be the victim of circumstance. You can become the conscious observer, the one who notices the loop and chooses a different response. Think of it like a dream. When you're dreaming, everything feels real. the fear, the chase, the story. But the moment you realize I'm dreaming, the entire dream shifts. Suddenly you're free to fly, to change the script, to wake up. Life is no different. The moment you wake up to the pattern, you step into freedom. So let me ask you, what's the pattern you've been ignoring? What lesson has been knocking on your door again and again, waiting for you to answer? Because until you acknowledge it, the cycle will continue. But the instant you see the trap for what it is, the quantum can finally reveal the doorway out. So how do you finally step out of the repeating patterns? How do you break free from the same story life keeps reflecting back at you? The answer is not outside of you. It's not about changing jobs, partners, or cities. It's about entering a new internal state, a new signal you send into the quantum. Think of your current life like a radio station. If you keep tuning to 90.1 FM, you'll always hear the same music. It doesn't matter how many times you shake the radio or complain about the song, the frequency won't change until you move the dial. The same is true with your energy. If you want a new reality, you must shift the inner frequency you are broadcasting. And here's the key. The cycle is not broken by willpower alone. You can't just say, I won't repeat this again, because willpower comes from the conscious mind, and the patterns are programmed in the subconscious. To truly change, you must teach your body a new state of being. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that emotions are the record of the past. If you wake up each day and feel the same stress, worry, or resentment, your body is living in the past, and the quantum reflects the past right back at you. To create a new future, you must feel emotions of the future before it arrives. Gratitude, love, freedom, joy, these emotions broadcast a different signal. They tell the field, this is the reality I choose. Here's a simple practice you can do right now. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold for a moment and exhale fully. Repeat until your body begins to calm down. Bring to mind one pattern you want to break. Don't judge it, just observe it, as if you're looking at a scene in a movie. Shift your state. Now imagine the version of you who has already broken free from that cycle. What do they feel? Peace, freedom, empowerment. Let that emotion rise in your chest. Breathe it in until your body feels it as if it's real right now. Broadcast the signal. Stay in that elevated state for a minute. Notice how your body feels different. This is the new frequency you're sending into the quantum. That short practice, less than 40 seconds, is how you begin to teach your body a new future. The more you repeat it, the stronger the signal becomes, and the less power the old pattern has over you. It's important to remember, change doesn't happen by fighting the old. It happens by embodying the new. You don't break the cycle by resisting the pattern. You transcend it by tuning into a higher vibration that no longer matches it. Here's why some people experience what feels like miracles after meditation or inner work. It's not magic. It's resonance. Their new inner state no longer aligns with the old cycles, so the quantum reorganizes reality to reflect the new frequency. The toxic relationship dissolves. The financial opportunity appears. The synchronicities line up. Ask yourself, what is the future emotion I want to live in every day? Is it freedom, love, confidence? Choose one, because the moment you feel it, even for a few seconds, you've already stepped into a new timeline. And here's the secret. You don't have to wait for your reality to change before you feel different. You must feel different first, and then reality will follow. So today, right now, make the choice to enter a new quantum state. Decide to be the person who lives from gratitude, from wholeness, from vision. Because when you change your inner world, the outer world cannot resist. It must change with you. Comment one word below that represents the new emotion you're choosing to broadcast. That single word can be your declaration to the quantum. Imagine for a moment what life feels like when you are no longer a prisoner of old patterns, when synchronicities aren't just curiosities, but confirmations, when the quantum isn't whispering warnings, but celebrating alignment with you. That is what it means to live as a quantum creator. The shift happens the moment you realize reality isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. Your thoughts, emotions, and energy are not background noise. They are the blueprint, and the quantum is faithfully constructing reality from that blueprint in every moment. Most people spend their lives in survival mode, unconsciously repeating the past. They wait for something outside of them to change, before they give themselves permission to feel different. But creators flip the script. They wake up in the morning and choose to generate the emotions of their desired future now. They don't wait for abundance to feel abundant. They don't wait for love to feel loved. They become the frequency first, and the quantum mirrors it back. This is why synchronicities start multiplying when you step into alignment. It's not that the universe suddenly starts favoring you. It's that you finally tune to the frequency where flow exists. Life feels less like struggle and more like guidance. Instead of forcing outcomes, you notice doors opening naturally. Instead of fighting patterns, you see lessons transforming into stepping stones. Think of yourself as a musician. Every day you're playing notes with your thoughts and emotions. When you're out of tune, the song of your life sounds chaotic, dissonant. But when you tune yourself to coherence, heart and mind aligned, the song becomes harmony. The quantum, like an orchestra, joins in and expands the melody. Living as a quantum creator doesn't mean you'll never face challenges again, but it does mean challenges stop feeling like punishments. They become feedback, opportunities to fine-tune your energy, invitations to expand further. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this showing me about who I am becoming?" And here lies the greatest freedom. When you master your inner state, you are no longer waiting for the world to give you permission to be happy, loved, or whole. You carry that state within you, independent of circumstances. And when you do, the external world, almost like a mirror following your lead, reorganizes to match the wholeness you already embody. So pause for a moment. Place your hand on your heart. Imagine your future self, living in alignment, free from the old cycles, radiating coherence. Can you feel what they feel? Can you breathe the way they breathe? That self is not far away. That self is available now in this very breath. Because the truth is, you don't become a quantum creator someday. You already are one. The question is whether you will live as one, consciously, courageously, consistently. If this video has spoken to you, comment the word "align" below. Let it be your declaration to the quantum that you are stepping into the highest version of yourself. And if you're ready to keep walking this journey, make sure you subscribe, because the path of the quantum creator is just beginning.